Ahoy, this is Zdenka. Hi, this is Zdenka. I had my photos printed yesterday in your company, and it seems like there is a little bit of a problem with your printer. Well, the colors are not exactly the way it should be, and it's a little bit brighter. The photos should be a lot darker. The background should be really black. Yeah. If I had my monitor calibrated? Well, when I started as a photographer, I made phone call exactly like this. And actually I got a few phone calls from my clients back then, which were not too happy with their prints, and I had to redo it again, so I lost some money. Why? Because my monitor was not properly calibrated, and that can be a very big problem. Lately, I've been getting a lot of requests for product reviews, and from all of them, I decided to accept this one because I know how important it can be for photographers and videographers. Let's look at Datacolor SpyderX Elite in great detail. Let me show you how to use it, what the positives are, what the negatives are, if there are any. I'll find something. For the new faces, welcome! My name is Zdenka Darula. I create photo and video tutorials, tech reviews like this one, and creative camera challenges. So if that's something you really enjoy, then you might consider hitting the subscribe button. As we are opening the packaging, let's explain why we should calibrate our monitors. This device, SpyderX Elite, mounts on the monitor. It adjusts colors, brightness, and contrast to make it consistent with international standards. So if I send my retouched photos on my properly calibrated monitor to a few of you there, a few subscribers for example, Beanie C, Violet, Cindy, William, Janie, and a few others, then if you do have properly calibrated monitors as well, you should be able to see the same red, the same blue, the same colors, the same brightness, the same contrast like me. That's why we should calibrate. Let's look at the actual product, SpyderX Elite. When you turn it around, you will see a cap. Remove it and you will see an optical sensor. This sensor is placed on your monitor to read monitor's colors, brightness, and contrast. There is another sensor, ambient light sensor, which measures how much light is in your room, and that is very important. My office has light which you can dim. Sometimes during the day it is very bright when it's sunny, sometimes when it's overcast and raining it's very dark, so I have to turn the light a little bit up, or in the evening I'm turning even more light. So the light in the room is not consistent, and I noticed when I'm editing photos and videos that sometimes during the day the photos look different than in the evening and vice versa. And many times I'm actually just wondering how the photos are really looking like. So this ambient sensor tells the software to change the brightness of the screen depending on the brightness of the room. There is also a 1/4x20 thread on the side, so you can mount it on a small tripod to keep it directly on your desk. Well, let's grab the SpyderX Elite, go to my monitor, and let's see the process. Let's calibrate it. First step, you go to Datacolor website to download the software. They will tell you that the monitor should be turned on for at least 30 minutes before you begin the calibration process. You have to make sure that no direct light is falling on your display and reset the monitor controls to the factory default settings if possible. You also need to deactivate any auto brightness features on your monitor. Once you install Spyder utility software, it will stay in your system running, always active. Once you open the software, you will activate your Datacolor SpyderX Elite. At this point, you will need to have your Spyder sensor plugged into your USB port to continue. Once you finish activation, you will get two choices, either to calibrate the display or printer soft proofing and mobile tablet simulation, which will preview how images will look like, on assorted printers and mobile devices, well, I'm going to select Calibrate my display. Here you will follow wizard, which will guide you through the calibration process. Warm up. Have you allowed your display to warm up for half an hour? Yes. Lighting conditions. Have you checked that no intense light is falling directly on your display screen? Yes. Display controls. Have you reset your monitor settings? Yes. And lastly, Spyder connection. Plug the Spyder into a computer USB port, not into a hub or keyboard. Yes. Next, you will select what type of display you are calibrating, if it is a desktop, laptop, or projector. In my case, it is a desktop. Then you will identify the manufacturer and model of your desktop display. And next step, identify controls. And also identify the technology used in this display. In the next step, you will select workflow. You can choose step-by-step assistant, studio match in case you have multiple monitors, or expert console. And at this point, you place the Spyder on the desk. Then follow steps and click next to get to calibration process, where you need to place the Spyder on the monitor. Number of steps will follow until it is finished. Then you can save this profile and you are done. I have kept the option to have my monitor adjusted every month. I will just leave the Spyder on my desk to measure the room ambient light. Super easy and very fast. It took only 2 minutes. And when it comes to negatives, I really could not find any, to be honest. Maybe because there's another item sitting on the desk, I don't know, but it does what it's supposed to do. The link to this product is in the video description below. It is international link, so depending on the country you live in, you will see it in your currency. Well, hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed today's video. Subscribe to all future videos like these. If you have any questions, comments, or simply want to say hello, you can do so in a comment section below. I read it all, and I always have fun responding. And I'll see all of my friends in the next one. Ciao, ahoj.